Good evening, Earthlings. It's good to be back. I have questions. Is all science fiction the same to you? Do you compromise facts for entertainment? What matters to you, the science or the fantasy?
Well, quite a lot, it seems to me. It got me into trouble making this. I came to an unexpected realization. You could call my ultimate selections a believability scale. Not just based on the science. Factually correct films can be as boring as hell. Nor is it only about the characters or the story itself. Great stories can still be stupid if the setting is too far-fetched. For me, it boils down to asking myself this one simple question. When I watch a sci-fi film, do I really believe this could happen? I know it's fiction, and I know you have to take the leap and ignore certain scientific principles to make the film dramatic and the pacing correct. But I find the more grounded the possible scenario, the more I like it. So here are my greatest science fiction films of all time. Case in point, I love this film, don't get me wrong. I have nothing against it. Great characters, there's a fun story, lots of spaceships and lore, but you knew there was going to be a but.
The Imperial Senate will not sit still for this. When they hear you've attacked a diplomatic...
Don't act so surprised, Your Highness. You weren't on any mercy mission this time. Several transmissions were beamed to the ship by rebel spies.
I always saw this as prince and princesses in space, or probably more like a reworking of those old Western films with the cowboys and Indians. Goodies versus baddies. A made-up universe, which carries weight because the story is told so well by great actors and Lucas's script. Full disclaimer, I am firmly in the Star Trek camp versus Star Wars.
Is it embarrassing that I know his name is Galron?
Yes.
In Trek, the characters and the ship were only a vehicle for us all to explore the universe with our own human limitations and able to confront our own morals.
V'ger is a child. I suggest you treat her as such.
A child?
Yes, Captain, a child. Evolving, learning, searching, instinctively needing.
It was not always a Death Star to blow up or a battle with lightsabers.
Now I am the master.
Only a master of evil, Darth.
And the matters of cosmic importance were not granted to the chosen few who had the Force. Now, as a kid watching this in the cinema, the effects were to die for. Unsurpassed for the time, like another one on this list. I really saw this as a brilliant but standalone matinee movie. Much more like Raiders of the Lost Ark than a universe of films.
Oh, muy, I love you.
You almost got us killed. Are you brainless?
I speak.
The ability to speak does not make you intelligent. Now get out of here.
No, Mr. Stay. Mr. called Jar Jar Binks. Mr. your humble servant.
At one.
Well, we saw how that went anyway. There, that shouldn't cause any controversy. Gotta love the 70s, shown here in all its craptacular glory. Why do the 70s always look so filthy?
Did I ever tell you the one about the English Camel Corps? Did I? They're trapped in the desert.
Creepy is the word that comes to mind. Could easily be a horror film, but due to the premise, it firmly sits in this genre.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Lock the door! Lock the door!
They're coming! They're coming! Help! Help! They're coming! They're coming! Listen to me!
No, he's
Listen!
smashed out of his
Help
skull.
me! To the next, please! Please, you're next. We're in danger. Please, listen to me. Something terrible. Please, you're next. Here they are. They're already here. Come, you're next.
Donald Sutherland is wonderful. A city health inspector, Matthew Bonnell. He plays the understated, calming role to the mayhem that begins to happen all around him. An early performance by Jeff Goldblum, playing Jeff Goldblum, and Leonard Nimoy as the psychiatrist, a friend of Donald Pleasance, who is one of the aliens.
I hate you. We don't hate you. There's no need for hate now. Or love.
It's great to see Spock playing the evil antagonist. The paranoia rises as the suspense mounts. Who is who? Who do we trust? My favourite scenes are the pods slowly forming in the garden while Matthew sleeps. The sudden, unexpected end is, of course, etched to movie history. Who knows which one of us is real anymore? The aliens should have had flags on their lawns or something to warn us, right? So, what could look worse than the streets of San Francisco in the 70s? A post-apocalyptic LA in the 70s. You'll need a shower after this one. Dark, violent, and full of pathos. Heston is great as the gun-toting sole survivor of a pandemic brought on by a weaponized biological agent, a role he adopted later in real life.
From my cold, dead hands.
Wiping out humanity, he alone survives, battling the mutants who can only live in the shadows or at night as their eyes are blinded by the sun. The family.
3, brother? Are you sure? Not 3.
3, brother. 2 were inside the garage when he brought down the door. We heard the shooting. Then Joshua.
The light. They should have stayed clear of the light.
There was no light, brother, just the fire.
Nonsense. Neville can't see in the dark.
Tell him that.
Any more than we can see in the light.
The hell he sees. Good enough, he sees.
The remake with Will Smith, I Am Legend, which took the title from the original book by Richard Matheson, was never as good. I tried to think of why when making this. And I feel there's a greater tension between Heston and the family than the remake. It feels grittier. Could it be because this film was made at the height of the Black Panther movement in the US? Was this allegory for the violent struggle against the ruling powers to be? The family rejects everything modern because it's the root of all their ills. Heston, the focus of their ire. They refer to each other with the prefix brother. Comrades in arms against the last reminder of what caused them so much harm. What do you think? Eventually meeting other survivors, they make their plan to escape the city. But will they make it in time? What an ending. No spoilers. Brilliant in concept and execution. That's the two things that seem impossible in today's Hollywood. Unique vision backed up by a tight, well thought out story and adding groundbreaking effects to accentuate the warped reality for Neo.
This is the world that you know. You've been living in a dream world, Neo.
Welcome to the desert of the real.
That tight interplay between the main characters of Morpheus, Neo, and Agent Smith has given rise to much modern lore and memes.
They will fight to protect it. Were you listening to me, Neo? Or were you looking at the woman in the red dress? I was. Look again. Who's it?
Filmed in Australia, I'm not sure though how much of it stays with me today. Once you've got the concept, I mostly remember the effects and lots of action sequences.
They're bringing her down now.
No, Lieutenant, your men are already dead.
Unlike the previous entry, here I did get a lot to think about long after the movie. We have a mysterious, reclusive, narcissistic, tech-driven genius, Nathan, who has the secret project that he's been working on. Caleb, a naive and curious programmer, agrees to work for the CEO on his project. He's our eyes into the story.
So, do you know what the Turing test is?
Yeah, I know what the Turing test is.
And what does it pass tell us?
That the computer has artificial intelligence. Are you building an AI?
I've already built one. And over the next few days, you're going to be the human component in the Turing test.
Meeting Ava, the synthetic humanoid, the movie displays great subtlety and poise, and also awe at what we are witnessing. Not only eye-opening for the future, but reflective on our past and what we are now doing. The dawn of a new age of scientific breakthrough.
Hello?
Do you have a name?
Yes. Ava.
I'm pleased to meet you, Ava.
I'm pleased to meet you too.
All is not well in geekhood, however. We find Nathan has been hacking people's information, of joining in corporate conspiracies. He's a misogynist, a drunk.
Stop. No, don't do that. Don't do that. You don't have to do that.
I told you you're wasting your time talking to her. However, you would not be wasting your time if you were dancing with her. Go ahead, dance with her. Dance with her. Come on, buddy. After a long day of Turing tests, you gotta unwind.
What were you doing with Ava?
What?
Twists come, but I'm not going to spoil them here. This is beautiful to watch. Now, if you've watched my Halloween special, you know by now I'm a sucker for a good monster movie. And this one delivers. There was so little info around the release of this movie that the opening almost gives away nothing. It's really just a melodrama. Good enough to make you totally unprepared for what's about to come.
Decorating's mine.
No, it's fantastic.
Rob, this is Travis.
Hi. Hi. Oh, a pleasure. I've heard a lot about you. Congratulations, by the way, Vice President.
I love
That's
thank you. I love it.
Yeah, thank you. That's really amazing.
Should we?
Yeah, there's a bunch.
If you haven't seen this, that's all I can say. I intentionally avoided learning too much before going into it. Hiding the goodies is part of the suspense in this film. Like any good monster film, You only catch glimpses of what's going on, often secondhand, or behind obstacles. But you're left in no doubt it's bad, really bad.
Man, what is going on? Maybe you should have left town a little bit earlier, right? Shut up. Oh, shit.
See Jason or not? I don't know. Did you see Jason last night? Did anybody see Jason? Did anybody see Jason?
I can't wait for the conclusion of this story to be released.